Now, I think that if there is going to be one video card that is going to be extremely popular in the RTX 50 series, it is going to be this one, the NVIDIA RTX 5060 and as well the 5060 Ti. Why? Well, it's affordable, fairly fast. It's middle of the road. I wouldn't pick it up myself, but if you are on a budget and you do want major bang for the buck, this is a card that is going to do it for you. The most popular video card right now on Steam is the 4060. So this will more than likely follow suit unless AMD takes over with their RX 9070 XT, because they could. At the end of 2025, it mightn't be NVIDIA anymore. It might be AMD. Things can change. Head over to this article here, and I will provide the link in the YouTube description down below, because here they go over the details about the RTX 5060 and the 5060 Ti, all the different specs. I'm just going to be giving you a little bit of an overview here. So the launch apparently will be mid-April. I've heard reports that it might actually be delayed a little bit, so maybe May, but who knows? So there's going to be apparently two variants, an 8 GB model. I would not recommend you get that one, although that's going to be cheaper. There's also supposed to be a 16 GB variant that will be certainly a better choice. I mean, in all honesty, in 2025, you should not be getting any less than 12 GB, but 16 would definitely be okay, and 16 would kind of future-proof your purchase as well. The GPU is GB206-300. CUDA cores, there's 4,608 of those. The memory, 28 gigabits of memory speed, gigabits per second, that is. The memory bus is 128-bit. The memory bandwidth is 440 gigabytes per second, 55% higher than the RTX 4060 Ti. That's significant. The base clock is 2,407 megahertz. The boost clock apparently is 2,572 megahertz. And it looks like the power is pretty actually reasonable here, 180 watts. That's, though, 15 watts higher than the RTX 4060 Ti. It does have a glorious connector as well, an 8-pin connector. No problems with that one. So let's go through this comparison chart here. The RTX 5060 Ti has 4,600 CUDA cores, while the plain Jane version has 3,040 CUDA cores. The 4060 Ti has 4,352, and the plain Jane 4060 has 3,072. As for memory speed, the RTX 5060 Ti and as well the plain Jane version 5060, both are 28 gigabits per second, significantly faster actually than the 4060 Ti, which is 18 gigabits per second, and the 4060 with 17 gigabits per second. As for memory bandwidth, the RTX 5060 Ti and the plain Jane one have 448 gigabytes per second, while the RTX 4060 Ti has 288 gigabytes per second, and the plain Jane 4060 has 272 gigabytes per second. Now, what about power? Well, the 5060 Ti has a 180 watt TDP, higher than the plain Jane version, of course, with only 150 watts. And then the 4060 Ti is 165 watts, while the plain Jane 4060 is 115 watts. So if you go by these specs, really, the 5060 Ti offers a significant performance boost over the previous generation. So that's a good thing, although I suspect this card isn't going to be as affordable as the 4060 Ti, and you can probably pick one of those up for a lot less. And to be honest, we will have to see really what the native raw performance is between the 4060 Ti and the 5060 Ti when it's actually reviewed. And hopefully it's not all fake frames using AI and upscaling technologies, DLSS4, and all the rest of it. Now, some people don't mind that. As a matter of fact, there was a poll done recently, and it suggested that the majority of people are, in fact, using upscaling technologies. And I suspect it's because people are buying, for example, 4K displays, right? So they render all the way upscale from 1080p or 720p all the way to 4K. Myself personally, I don't like using these upscaling technologies because generally speaking, they are kind of blurry, although DLSS4 has come a long way. And to be honest, who knows? In a little while, maybe the human eye won't even be able to detect the difference. So what are your thoughts on the NVIDIA RTX 5060 Ti? Will you be getting one?